In this clip, Joe and Kurt Metzger talk about geoengineering and how governments actively manipulate the weather. Check it out.
All the things they told you are not that is a fucking lie. I mean, it's just a lie. There's a treaty to not use weather weapons from 75. Why? Because they had those. You don't make a treaty unless you have those weapons. There's no nuclear treaty before nukes, right?
Right. Yeah, good point.
We used it in Nam. Iran accused W of using weather weapons on them.
Really?
Yeah, on my dinner jacket. Remember that guy? The guy who wore that.
He accused them of using
Yeah, they had
weather
a drought.
weapons?
They had a drought. And so, anyway, with
He
ELF
accused
waves,
them of starting the drought.
yeah, it's not control. See, control's maybe a misnomer. It's like how people talk about a controlled burn. Like, and I asked my girl's brother's a fireman, outdoor
Right.
fireman. He goes, we don't call it a controlled burn because we really only control it at the point where we set it. I go, what? Because we call it a prescribed burn.
Oh, boy.
So they can prescribe weather. Let's put it that way. You could stimulate a thing and get certain effects, and it's all like ELF waves and shit.
Geoengineering is the deliberate manipulation of natural systems like the atmosphere. And what most people don't realize is that controlled atmospheric tests are being run regularly, often multiple times a week, under the umbrella of scientific research. And once you understand how routine that's become, it naturally makes you wonder how much of it we've already accepted without really noticing.
Well, didn't Dubai just have another fucking flood?
And they and from over geoengineering, and they banned people from taking video of it at the time as a big embarrassment.
But they just had another one.
Now
Like there's a recent one.
Oh, well, I
See
don't
if
know
that's
if
true.
that's
Because I heard some people talking about it, or I saw some people
but
talking
all
about
extra. What do they call ELF waves? You could do all kinds of stuff with those waves,
it. Right,
man.
but cloud seeding is 100% real.
Of
And
course.
they cloud seed in the United Arab Emirates, I believe. I believe they do that every week. I think they make it rain there every week.
Cloud seeding is a technique where particles are introduced into clouds to influence how they behave, usually to encourage rainfall or snow. It's been studied and used for decades, and while it sounds futuristic, it's actually considered a routine atmospheric tool in several parts of the world.
In more ways than one, you know what I'm saying? But they make it actually rain there. They actually make it rain there once a week.
Remember the kid with the mullet? They blamed the Mystic Camp drowning here in Texas when the flood happened?
Yes.
It wasn't that kid. He got set out. He got hung out to dry like it was on him. But no, nothing he did. And Jesse Michaels is right. He was right. He told me, and he was dead right. The whatever caused that was something so much more sinister. And that kid was like, he's an easy guy to, you know.
So what do you think that was man-made weather that caused that storm?
I can't remember the guy's name. We had at the time on Jimmy's show, the dude came on and explained exactly what it was and the loophole that lets them, because there's a treaty tonight. So I assume they just violate it, but no, there's actually a loophole to test this shit out here. It's so fucked, dude. It's so fucked, and you already know what it is.
But what evidence does this guy have that they created that storm? Because I thought they had been tracking that storm. I thought this is like
I'm not saying he said they created it, but
I thought it was. But hold on, I thought it was a convergence of two storms. That was very rare.
Well, this happened at Camp Mystic, a private girls' summer camp in Texas, where a sudden flash flood hit after two storm systems converged and dumped extreme rainfall in hours. The flooding killed multiple people, destroyed cabins and roads, swept vehicles away, and caused widespread damage as water levels rose faster than evacuations could happen. It was a rare but extreme weather event, with consequences that unfolded all at once.
And it caused this flash flood.
I don't remember his details. I just know I feel at this point, especially after that Epstein shit, that they should have to prove they're not guilty.
But hold on. Yeah, sure. But also, storms are real. Like Katrina, there's always been fucking actual real hurricanes.
But the climate change shit is not real. That's been a lie the whole time.
A study published in World Weather Attribution Group found the global warming caused by fossil fuel emissions most likely exacerbated the intense rains that lashed the UAE and Oman last year. But this isn't last year.
No,
so
this is from the recent thing you just asked about from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So 2 weeks ago there was a flood, right?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the one before, but there was.
Okay. So this was 2 weeks ago? Is that the 2 weeks ago one?
Yes.
That's still fucking bad.
Bill Gates has already walked away from climate change. You saw that, right?
I did.
Bill Gates recently said that climate change will have serious consequences, especially for the poorest people, but he doesn't think it will lead to humanity's demise. Instead of focusing on doomsday predictions, he argues we should direct attention and resources toward innovation, clean energy, and improving human welfare so people can adapt and thrive.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So they've been lying to you for how long about that bullshit?
Okay, here it is. The downpour worsened by a lack of storm drains hobbled Dubai Airport, the world's busiest hub for international passengers. So they're saying it's climate change that's causing it to rain more.
There's my proof that it's not that.
But here's the thing. They absolutely do cloud seed.
Yeah.
So why don't you search that? Put that into Perplexity.
Geoengineering is the term you want to find.
Put it into Perplexity. Does the United Arab Emirates cloud seed to make artificial rain, or it's not artificial, it's real rain. It's just their force rain. What's the word?
Cloud seeding, more specifically, is a weather modification technique aimed at enhancing precipitation by introducing particles into existing clouds. Aircraft or ground systems release substances like silver iodide or salt crystals that act as nuclei, encouraging water vapor to condense and form raindrops. And under the right conditions, this can increase rainfall from those clouds.
Whatever. Search that. You'll find it, Jamie. They absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Cloud seeding is widely used in the UAE to enhance natural rainfall, but it only works when suitable clouds already exist and typically increases rain by perhaps 10 to 30%, not by creating storms from nothing. The UAE runs one of the world's most active research-driven rain enhancement programs using aircraft, ground generators, and experimental methods like drones and electric charging to boost water security. So they're just doing it a bunch of different ways over there. So the blaming it on climate change when they are 100% making it rain there all the time is bananas. It's bananas. Like, you don't even know what the fucking weather would be like if they didn't do it, if they're doing it all the time. If they're doing it all the time, you literally don't have a control group.
In 2021, Dubai and the wider UAE ran nearly 300 rain enhancement flights in a single year, and similar numbers have continued since, showing it's far from rare and happens regularly as part of water management efforts.
Do you remember chemtrails? The thing that was stupid people thought was a real thing, but it was a conspiracy.
Right.
Well, it turns out that was real, and it's called geoengineering. They did the thing they always do, changing the name of the thing to not admit it.
That's true, but a lot of the trails that you see in the sky that look like artificial clouds are just created because of condensation in the atmosphere, the moisture in the atmosphere hitting the hot jet engine in an incredibly cold climate.
Yeah.
It literally creates clouds.
But it should be all of them. There shouldn't even be 20% of the time you're spraying shit. We already know
Well,
they
I
spray
don't
shit on
think it's
people.
that many. I think, but they definitely do spray shit. That's the problem. The problem is when everybody thinks that every fucking Southwest airline is spraying things to keep everybody docile. What you're that's the problem is that's easily disprovable. And what you do is you open the door for that allows them to do the real shit.
That's actually a good point. Not every plane in the sky affects the weather. Only specific aircraft, under very particular conditions, can actually influence clouds or rain.
So what you got to recognize
How do you
is
open the
what
door
a
with that?
regular plane is.
Wait, how do you open the door?
Because if you think that every fucking American Airlines flight overhead that's making artificial clouds is doing it because they're spraying things on you, that's easily disproven. And then that.
Well, I don't think everyone.
But hold on, that makes all the other stuff seem silly too.
Right.
Because I think they probably are spraying some things with some planes. And there's real data that shows that they've tried that and practiced that.
Yeah, I mean, they here's my favorite one that I told you, the stratospheric atmosphere. Was it? It's called Satan in England.
That one.
In the UK, researchers ran a small geoengineering test called Satan, where high-altitude balloons released about 400 grams of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. It wasn't meant to change the climate, but to test whether aerosol delivery at that height was even possible, though the name alone sparked controversy and debate around geoengineering.
Search that one.
The geoengineering England, because, to fight climate change, we're going to...
We're gonna call it Satan. We're gonna dim the atmosphere.
You know how too much
and call it
sunlight
Satan.
gets to England?
Yeah, it's really bad.
That's where we're getting all that climate change from. England's
a lot
too
of
sunny.
burns. A lot of burns. Causes fires.
These poor swamp people are gonna be fucking. And then to call it Satan, are you just like?
Well, they're gonna make Mordor. It's gonna literally look like Mordor. It's gonna be black skies and where does Sauron live?
It's gonna be like Highlander 2, where we learn not to do this.
Where does Sauron live?
Oh, Mordor.
Yeah, Mordor. Satan is the name of the tiny UK balloon experiment that released very small amount of sulfur dioxide. Literally, Satan smells like sulfur. Sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere over England as a proof of concept for solar geoengineering, not a large-scale ongoing weather modification program. It has nonetheless become a focus of online conspiracy claims
I wonder
about
how.
UK geoengineering and weather control. How funny is that?
Another thing tied to that UK project is that it wasn't run directly by the government. It was handled by private contractors under official approval, which means a lot of the work happens with limited public visibility.
It's become a focus of online conspiracy
people don't trust
claims
Satan.
about UK geoengineering.
Yeah.
So them actually doing geoengineering has become a focus of online conspiracy claims about geoengineering.
What a strange thing to put a balloon called Satan that sprays sulfur on. Is everybody I love how they gaslight you in these fucking things.
Oh.
It's not a big deal. Nicki Minaj just has a great sense of showmanship.
Satan was not a part of a major UK development program. It was led by a private researcher, and later UK funding announcements for solo geoengineering research focused on other small-scale outdoor trials. Example, sea ice thickening, cloud brightening, with formal oversight.
Yeah.
So they're doing sea ice thickening?
Okay, so let me translate. The stuff has already been developed militarily.
These motherfuckers are trying to make an ice age. They're doing
the
sea ice thickening.
You know the ice is coming back.
I know.
Yeah, that's weird. I was told there's going to be, the coral reefs came back. There's more rainforest than there's ever been. Did you know that?
And it's not just the UK. Countries around the world fund large-scale atmospheric experiments to better understand weather and climate. When these tests happen in open skies, the line between studying the weather and influencing it isn't always obvious. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, hit subscribe. If you found this video interesting, the featured video on screen is right up your alley.